Hello, everyone. I was going to go live and I had everything planned out, was going to do a whole different type of live today. But then I woke up this morning, had my coffee, was scrolling through the TikToks, and I found something that caught my eye, and I kind of wanted to go over it. And this is a prime example of how misinformation can just totally have people thinking the wrong things, because there is people that was in the comments on this that believed every word of it. Okay. Bear with me just a moment.
Five-year-old Summer Wells went missing. She and her mom and a 15-year-old boy were swimming here. While Summer was swimming, her mom was drinking with the 15-year-old boy. Summer's mother, Candace, has other children. While the three were hanging out back at the Wells house, the children were cleaning because CPS was coming the next day.
Okay. Now, so far, what she has said is that Candace was drinking, was drinking with H while they were at the Warriors Park. Now, just a second. Let's see what Chris Madonna said in Chris Madonna's interview, what Hunter said.
She give you something?
Yeah, that was the key.
And when did she give you that?
As soon as we got out the car.
Right, as soon as you got down there? And did she have one?
No.
Did she have any alcohol?
No, because she had to drive.
Okay.
Okay. So let's listen to this again, because he just said she did not have nothing to drink because she had to drive. Okay.
Five-year-old Summer Wells went missing. She and her mom and a 15-year-old boy were swimming here. While Summer was swimming, her mom was drinking with the 15-year-old boy.
But that 15-year-old boy says she wasn't.
Summer's mother, Candace, has other children. While the three were hanging out back at the Wells house, the children were cleaning because CPS was coming the next day.
If anyone has found where someone credible has said that the kids was cleaning the house that day because CPS was coming, please let me know. Send that to me. My email is in the chat.
I talked to the mother of the 15-year-old boy, and she said that at 2:30 p.m. that day, Candace dropped him off. The mom of the boy went out of the house to give Summer a hug because she would always do that. But this day was different. Summer was sleeping, and the windows of the car were closed even though it was a hot day.
Now, here she says that Summer was sleeping, but in the interview with Chris Madonna, H says that she wasn't sleeping. The only person that says she was sleeping at that house was Allie.
And when the mother of the boy wanted to say goodbye to Summer, Candace said no, and she sped off in the car. Later that day at 1 in the morning, Candace called the mother of the boy and said that Summer was gone. When the mother asked her son what had happened that day with Candace and Summer, he didn't want to talk about it. He sat on the couch with his head in his hands, and he was rocking back and forth, shaking. A few days later, Candace and her mother showed up at his house and had a word with him outside.
Has anyone heard that he has ever been sitting in the corner shaking with his head in his hands? Let's listen to that again.
What happened that day with Candace and Summer?
Just
He didn't want to.
just a little further back.
Candace called the mother of the boy and said that Summer was gone.
Another thing is the time.
It was a hot day, and when the mother of the boy wanted to say goodbye to Summer, Candace said no, and she sped off in the car. Later that day at 1 in the morning,
At 1 in the morning, later that day. Now I'm going to go over Chris Madonna's interview with Allie and H, but wasn't it at 7? Wasn't that the time that Candace was supposed to have called and said Summer was missing? I'm pretty sure it was.
Candace called the mother of the boy and said that Summer was gone. When the mother asked her son what had happened that day with Candace and Summer, he didn't want to talk about it. He sat on the couch with his head in his hands, and he was rocking back and forth.
This is the very first time I have ever heard that. I've never heard that. And Allie, if you told them that and you told them one, then your stories are very, very mixed up.
Shaking. A few days later, Candace and her mother showed up at his house and had a word with him outside, but he won't tell his mom what.
Now, H said she showed up the next day, not a few days later.
It was that they had told him. Ever since that day, he has never been the same and refuses to talk about it.
Okay. It is information like this that kills me, because I've never heard that Hunter was a shaking, and most definitely didn't hear that he was rocking backwards and forwards with his hand in his or his head in his hands. Has anyone else heard that? Is that just me? Is this? But I'm going to go over some of this interview with Chris Madonna and H.
That she gave him just one.
Okay.
Leslie had to go to work.
And the parts I'm going to go over is pretty much just what has to do with that TikTok.
I told her, tell our boss I'll be there in a little while. I'm running late. And tell him why. Well, about an hour and a half, 2 hours later, I'm getting ready to go to work like I was supposed to. And they call my phone again. We got more questions for Hunter. Okay. This time they came out with CBI and the FBI. And they sat here and they nitpicked it.
Right here.
Yep.
They nitpicked his story and his timeline.
At the sale.
Mm-hmm.
They got Hunter's statement.
What were they nitpicking him on?
They're going in depth about what their day was like.
Okay.
Where they went and everything.
Mm-hmm.
What they do.
Okay.
So then.
Were you sitting here?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. And then what happened?
I'm going
to get it on up to where he's actually interviewing Hunter. And at first I was trying to protect that name, but she knew that this video was going to be on YouTube. She didn't try to protect the name. And so, sometimes it's really, really hard just not to slip up and say the name.
Oh, okay. Those vape cigarettes?
Yes,
Okay. Are they, how are those packaged?
they come in a container with 3.
Are they what color are the packages?
Different
Do
kinds.
they come in, do they look like cigar packages?
Yeah.
Are they come in blue ones?
Purple.
There's blue, there's purple, red, yellow, and orange.
Okay.
I think there's a green one. Yeah.
Okay.
It's on up before the on-ramp.
Okay.
They deliver?
Yeah,
Cool with that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
We're good anytime.
Okay, so Mom, how do you want me to address him?
You can call me by my name. It's up to her.
Is it up to you?
Yeah, it's up to her.
Okay.
The people. Well, what do they call the people that came last time?
The CBS?
Yeah, they said that as long as you get people get the
And you just heard, you can call me by my name.
okay from her that they can do that.
And the mother agrees. So they knew it was going to be on YouTube.
Okay. Okay. So I'll get permission from you. We'll put that on camera so that there's no questions. Okay. And then we'll just start talking. You cool with that?
That's true.
Okay. Okay, so, Ms. Allison.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I am here with your son, whose name is.
Hunter.
Are you okay that I call him Hunter?
Yes.
Okay, you're good with that?
Yes.
Okay. I appreciate that, number one. Okay. So, Hunter,
So,
what's up, dog? How you doing?
good, you?
Good. So, man, there's been a lot of stuff going, huh?
Yeah.
Help me out. Tell me about that day.
The whole day.
Yeah.
So,
And you could speak up because remember I'm deaf.
yeah.
Because why am I deaf?
I have no idea.
Because I'm old.
If you notice, he just yawned. Pay attention to that in this video because he yawns a lot. And Chris said he didn't think that it had anything to do with wine, but I think it does. A lot of the things that a lot of us has been wondering about, if you'll notice, he yawns.
I'm gonna use this as a reference.
Okay. And why is that?
It's a fun.
No. Okay, go.
I was gonna say that she texted me saying that her grandma was in the hospital.
Do you have that as text?
No, the two guy has my phone.
Got it.
I'm just using her dad's phone.
Okay.
Well,
Your grandfather that passed away.
Okay, got it.
so that day that she texted me, and she said, my grandma's in the hospital. Well, her mom's in the hospital, but we called her grandma at the time like we used to. So I called her up. I said, y'all want to come over here for a bit? Because she's going to be in the hospital for a while.
So a lot of people has said she called him. He said, I called her up.
Because she messed up her knee or whatever. And she said, yeah.
Now I realize he said that she texted him. But as far as who called who, he called her.
That's okay with Allison.
And that's Mom.
Yeah, that's mom.
Okay.
And so,
But she called her Allison.
yeah, she calls her Allison.
Okay.
And so next thing you know, I tapped mom because she's half asleep because she works at the time she did. But
And this is why I went by his timeline when we went to Rogersville, is because he said she was half asleep.
what's that thing? Oh, I asked her if they could come over. She said yeah for a little bit because grandma was on her way. She was on the way.
Now, for a long time, I thought that was her mom, but I think that's great grandma.
And so mom, she said it was okay, and she said she'd be over in like 5-10 minutes. And I'm telling you, I don't do good with times because I really don't look at the clock. So if I mess up sometimes, that's on me. I'm really bad with doing times.
You're 15.
And so she pulls up, she gets out the car with Summer, and supposedly the kids went to work with the father. And so
Now you say the kid.
And he's starting to yawn.
And who are the kids?
Wyatt and Josie,
So the boys.
yeah, the boys.
They went to work with Dawn.
That's what I was told, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And so I meet her, I dap everybody up. That's just how I am. So I dap her up. I said, how you doing? Because it's been a long time since I've heard from her.
Okay.
I hear
Again, yawning. And these sound to me like forced yawns. So it's not like I don't think it was just a natural yawn that you just can't help but do. I think he might have a habit of yawning when he's lying.
From her like once in a while on Snapchat.
Okay.
I did until I
Or it could be nervous yawns.
blocked her because all this stuff that's going on.
Now tell me what it means when you say you tapped him up. What it,
Oh,
so
tap
people
her
that
up.
so people that don't know that.
Like a handshake.
Okay, so yeah, so show me.
This is just like
What's up, though? Or one of those, right?
Yeah.
I get it. Okay, go ahead. See, I knew that,
But
but people don't know that. Right. So let's make that clear. So somebody can't say, "Oh, look what he did." Okay.
yeah, then so she pulls up there in front of that mailbox.
Okay.
And so I dap her up like usual. She comes in, we're all sitting down. I ask her what happened to her grandmother because she wouldn't tell me over the phone. She said that she hurt her knee because of kids. Where did she say she went on vacation for? Gatlinburg. She said she went to Gatlinburg for a little vacation with the kids, and the kids kept kicking her leg. And she has.
That's where a lot of people around here, if they're going to take a short, I'm in Kentucky, and if I'm going to take a short getaway, normally it's Gatlinburg or Pigeon Fords.
Supposedly a plastic knee or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so they took her to the hospital. We came in here for.
Do you know what hospital? Do you know? Not mom. Do you know?
It's the one downtown.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called, but it's the one downtown.
Okay, mom. Do you know the name of it?
Holston Valley.
Christian Valley.
Holston Valley.
Holston Valley. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So she's here. Grandma's at the hospital.
Mhm.
And who's with her that
Just
day?
summer.
Just Summer.
Not
Okay.
the entire day until we pick up the grandma.
Okay. What time do you remember? I know you're not good at times. Guesstimate.
I guess the time that we picked up the grandma
No. That time she pulls up that morning.
had to have been like around 11, right?
Okay.
Or 10 or
No, just
He says 11,
from your memory, not from mom's
and then he went back to 10.
I think it
memory.
was at least 10 because I was up all night.
And it could be wrong too, right? Okay, so let's just kind of put that right there, okay? Because like you said, you're not good with times right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just don't pay attention to time.
Straight up. Okay, so then what happened?
And then, like I said, after we went inside, talked about it. And then she said, "You want to go fishing somewhere?" I said, "Do you care if I come with?" Because it's summer. And I treat her like a little sister.
Right.
And she said, "You got to ask out." But she called.
Also, I'd like to note that earlier in this interview, Allie has talked about how bad really Candace was with her kids. And Leslie, who says that she never went around Candace, but yet she was around Candace for a birthday party. They were, the kids were swimming, and for some reason, as a punishment, Candace put the boys on their stomach, and it was hot, and it was blacktop outside. She even goes into a big spiel of why Candace was banned from the Walmart. But let's also note that this is her son, and she's letting him go with her. Now, a lot of people say, well, he's 15. I'm going to straight up tell you, my son, if he would have wanted to go with someone I did not trust, he would not have left my house. Because under my house, it's my rules.
Calls her Candy or Candace, and then she calls her Allie or Allison.
Okay, so she asked you, do you want to go fishing?
No, I asked if I could come with because summer was gone.
Got it.
So he invited himself.
And she says, ask your mom.
Yes.
And what did you do?
I went to ask her. She said that's fine because there's no problem with going fishing for a little bit and come back.
Sure. And what was, when you first saw Summer that day, what was your impression?
It's just how it usually is. It's just like, yay, she's over here. I mean, I don't know.
What draws you to Summer? What draws her to you?
I mean, I think it's because I show her a lot of attention.
Oh, interesting.
Like,
And I believe that. Summer seemed like a kid that just loved attention. She loved Robin because Robin gave her a lot of attention. And you can tell she's not scared of Robin in those videos. She wants to be with Robin when she's on behind the pulpit and stuff singing. So normally, if a kids have pretty good intuition when it comes to people. So contrary to all the things that's going on around out there, I do not believe Robin hurt that baby.
Yeah.
Not with attention, but I show her attention.
No, I get it. Miss Robin shows her a lot of attention too in church,
Yeah, like I'll sit there, she'd be like, give me a piggyback ride. I'll give her a piggyback ride.
like an older brother.
That's what I'm saying.
Is that kind of an older brother, sister kind of vibe going here?
Yeah, that's what it was because her brothers just always used to pick on her. So I just show her how her brother should act.
Okay.
Even though I'm not saying I'm the best brother here, you guys can.
You should.
And right here, notice Allie, she's tuned right into what he's saying. She's nodding, she's agreeing. Great grandma's giving a side eye. I mean, she's paying attention to every word he says right here.
Talk to my brother, man. It'd be messed up.
But it was like I was her older brother. Like they treated us like family, and we treated them like family.
Okay.
At one point in time, until one mess that happened with them that just split us apart, and then she came that day.
Okay. So she's here, Summer's here, Candace is here. You get permission to go fishing because Summer's.
Now, from the way he said that to me, it seemed like they had not been around each other since Allie and Candace got into it until that day. So that is another reason. No, my kid would not have went with somebody that I didn't trust.
Going fishing, and you were kind of acting like a big brother, and you thought it'd be cool to go with her.
Yeah.
Do I have that accurate?
That's pretty accurate.
Okay, not bad for an old man.
And I mean, I wanted to get out the house anyways.
Sure.
I didn't even want to put it to her. I just wanted to get out the house.
Okay. And so what happened then?
If the sound is off, please let me know. The video I did yesterday, the sound was horrible.
And then her grandmother calls her and says to come pick her up when we're sitting right there.
Oh, interesting. So where are you sitting in the car?
At first, I was sitting on the front seat.
Okay.
Like,
Which way's the car pointing?
like
do you remember?
right now?
Just like my truck.
Yes.
Okay.
It was dead serious like that, but with like an overhead to the bed part.
Okay.
And we moved a box to the back.
Okay.
And then we moved the box to the very back, the first one where the overhead to the bed is. And then we put another one back behind, like that passenger seat right there.
Okay.
Okay, so we see stuff piled up in the passenger seat of Candy's truck that day. We see that.
Okay. And where's Summer?
Summer, she is on the driver's side, in the back seat.
Okay. Was there any milk or anything like that in the car at that time?
Not until we got the price list, which was like I think it was a few hours later.
Okay, got it. Okay. Was there any other stuff?
Now, Summer was behind Candace. Candace was driving.
In the car?
Nah, there was just boxes and like TVs in the back and
Okay.
everything.
How was Summer acting about going fishing with?
Well, she gets excited because she likes to fish and swim. She's a little kid. She's energetic.
Okay. And how's she dressed? Do you remember when you first saw her?
First saw her, I think it was like pink, little tank top, or purple.
Okay.
And I don't really do good with like something that happened like 3 weeks ago, a month ago.
No, it's cool. It's
I
cool.
can't remember what happened yesterday.
It's cool. She'd see me drive.
But when we left, I think she had shorts on at first.
Okay.
Yeah, because she had shorts on because her mom put her bathing suit on her.
Okay. Where did she put her bathing suit on her? Do you know?
Inside.
In the house.
Yes.
So she changed her in the house.
Yeah.
Did she take the clothes with her?
Yeah.
Miss Allison, do you know?
In the bathroom.
That's fine. That's fine. So she changes her clothes here and she takes her clothes with her.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what happened?
But then when she got changed from swimming, they had bought her an outfit to put on because they were supposed to go to Jonesboro, I think. Yeah, Jonesboro for this big park, like water park.
Okay. So that was the initial thought?
I guess so. I mean, I don't know.
Now here he says going to Jonesboro was the initial thought.
So what did you think was gonna happen?
I thought we was just all gonna go fishing, swimming.
And then in the truck, she
Okay, so he thought they were all going to go fishing and swimming.
changes the plan?
Nah, she changes it to swimming because she grabbed her mother.
Say it again?
She changed it to swimming because she grabbed her mother.
Oh, okay, so from here, where do you guys go?
From here, we go to the hospital.
Okay,
Now that's something that never really made sense to me because she knew she was going to have to pick up her mother. She had her with her when she left that morning.
Pick up her mother.
pick up grandma.
Not even like 10 minutes later,
Okay.
we go to Walgreens.
Is that near the hospital?
No, it's on Fort Henry Drive.
Okay, so it's the Walgreens by the Warrior Park.
Yeah,
That one is you come out and it's right there.
yes.
Okay, not bad for an old man, huh?
No, not really.
Not bad, not bad. I'm cooking here.
So so we went there,
You go there first
and then,
after you pick up grandma.
yeah,
Then what happened?
and then we put this prescription in.
Okay.
Now, if anyone knows, let me know in the comments. But in Kentucky, if it is a narcotic that you're getting, the doctor has to call that prescription in. If it's like an antibiotic, 9 times out of 10, they'll write it down to you, write it down for you, and you turn it in. So I'm not sure if Tennessee does that, but in Kentucky, that's what they do. So if it was a narcotic in Kentucky, the doctor would have called in the prescription. They would have just had to pick the prescription up.
Which is like probably about like 10, 15 minutes because
Do you know what kind of drugs?
No, I have no idea. She wouldn't say the name to it.
Got it.
And then we handed the prescription. They said about like 10, 15, well, it's going to be 30 to 35 minutes.
Okay.
Well, I was saying the line was long
Okay.
because you have
Who
one.
went inside the store?
Nobody went in. We went through the
Got it.
drive-through. And then while we were in the drive-through, her husband calls her talking about this dude named Andy or Andrew on the property that's been there for like a week or so. She told me that keeps stalking other kids.
Well, who's that?
Some dude named like Andy or Andrew. I have no idea who it was.
Okay. And why did Don call?
I have no idea. He just called. I don't even know if he was working at the time.
Okay.
But if he was working, he obviously wouldn't know that there was some dude looking at the little kids. I'm sorry, but there's a nice car up there.
There's a what?
A nice car.
And right here is a lot of people said he yawns because of his ADHD. Right here is what to me shows he has ADHD because he's more focused on this nice car than really the interview. However, also, I know a couple kids with ADHD. Yawning's not really something they do unless they've had medicine to like calm them down. But again, in this case, I think it's either nervous yawning or he yawns when he's lying.
Right there.
Oh, okay.
I keep looking at it because it's nice.
So this dude named Andrew, Don calls Candace.
And tells her about, I don't know if his name was Anthony Andrews or something with A.
And tell me about that conversation.
All I heard was,
And how did you hear it?
And he's yawning again.
I heard because I asked her why he called me.
Okay.
The only thing that she told me from the phone call is that there was some dude, Andrew, Anthony, Andy, whatever it was. Just the name A.
Okay.
That's all I remember. Is that
I think we all have our suspicions on who that was.
he's been up on the property for a week or two trying to, like, I guess she said touch the little kids. That's what I was told.
He's trying to have what?
Touch the little kids.
Touch the kid?
Like give him a hug or something. I don't know.
What do you think? Do you think that's true?
I mean, it could be because she's had this, name was Billy, right? Yes, Billy. Billy was up there doing that stuff until he got arrested.
And Bill,
What did he mean by that? Billy was up there doing that stuff until he got arrested.
Billy is the brother,
No.
the son.
No.
Billy was an old drunk.
And
He's
all
what?
drunk.
He was an old drunk that was a friend of theirs that used to get in arguments with his wife.
And go
His
up
wife
to their
would
house.
kick him out, and he would go up there and sleep in one of the sheds on the property.
Got it. And who was Billy trying to touch?
Billy had the hots for grandma.
The grandma.
Got it. But what about the kids?
Okay, so evidently Billy had the hots for grandma. Grandma is not a child.
Oh no, he wasn't around the little kids. His mom wouldn't allow that. Grandma.
He wasn't around the little kids. So why are we even talking about Billy?
So why would Dawn, in your opinion, call Candace while you're in the line at Walgreens to say there's some dude on the property wanting to touch the kids? Help me understand that.
I mean, at first I thought because he calls her like every 2 hours because he works.
Okay,
I thought he was just doing his
Yawned again.
daily checkup.
okay.
But then she told me about that. I was like, how does he even know that if he's supposedly working?
And what did she say?
I didn't say that. I was just saying in my mind.
And in your mind, what did you come to? What did you deduct?
Deduct. I thought that was just suspicious.
Really?
Yeah, and then later when she called me and told me that happened, I was with my girl at the time, just hanging.
Okay. Right there. Later, when she called me. So this is when she calls to tell him that Hunter is missing. He was just with his girl at the time hanging around. But in the TikTok by Chronicles of Olivia, it says it was 1 o'clock in the morning, and Allie asked him what happened that day, and he's in the corner with his head in his hands, rocking and shaking. Now, that is a huge difference, in my opinion. I tend to believe this version of it because everybody's just sitting there. This has been told. You can tell.
Over in Bristol at a park.
Okay.
She calls me
He was over in Bristol at a park when Candace calls him.
while we pull up to that park. This was that Summer's missing.
So who were you kicking it with at the park?
So, he was at that park again. Now, when Summer went missing and Candace called him, was he at that park in the middle of the morning at 1 a.m.?
Oh, just my girl.
Okay, just
And
you
her
guys.
mom and her brothers and her sister.
Okay, straight up.
That was just it with our entire family. Because weren't you at the ball field? Yep, she was at the ball field.
Okay, should we?
And at the same time, Allie was at the ball field with Leslie.
Before we get there, let's go back to the drive-through at Walgreens. Then what happened?
Then we went, well, she had to go get cigarettes because her mom complains of cigarettes all
Where'd she,
the time.
where'd she get the cigarettes?
All right, so you know that Walgreens, right?
Yeah.
So there's this like daycare around there somewhere. It's
Yeah.
called like Kitty College.
Yeah, I saw that on the side, on the right.
Yeah. So there's a discount tobacco store.
Got it.
And this is where I got confused because this was the discount. The one that we went to was the discount tobacco store that I saw, but it evidently wasn't the same tobacco store. That brings me back to why do you go to two different tobacco stores? I mean, why wouldn't you just get the puff bars while you're at the discount tobacco store or smoke shop? Unless maybe you was just checking out the hippie house. That's still a possibility.
Is that close up? I think it's by that McDonald's maybe.
Okay,
And KFC. No, it's up by Long John Silver's.
okay, okay.
It's like right across from it.
And where's Grandma sitting in the car?
No, she's sitting on the passenger side where she was sitting.
Okay. And where are you and where is Summer?
Now, Grandma's sitting on the passenger side where she was sitting.
So we're sitting on the, like,
So what he's saying is Grandma was sitting on the passenger side where Summer was originally sitting.
okay, so you know how there's like 3 seats in the back?
Behind Grandma or behind Candace?
Oh, she's sitting in the middle of it all.
And why is she sitting in the middle at this point?
Because I asked to sit on the side because she was gonna, her grandma just got out of the hospital and she's like, let me sit in the passenger seat. I said, okay. Okay, so I sat behind her mom.
Okay, got it. So then what happened? She goes and
Okay, so that puts Summer kind of in the middle and passenger seat in the truck, and that puts Hunter directly behind Candace.
buys cigarettes.
And
Who gets out of the car?
just Candace.
Just Candy? Do you call her Candy?
No, I call her Candace.
Candice?
Yeah.
Okay. Is her nickname Candy though?
No, that's her mother's nickname.
Got it. Okay. So Candace gets out.
Gets out, she goes grab cigarettes, she buys a puff bar, she buys
A what?
a puff bar. It's
Oh, okay.
a little nicotine vape.
Got it.
I don't know if everybody else knows that, but it's a nicotine vape.
Got it. What color was it?
It was black and purple.
Okay. Was there a blue one?
Blue? Yeah, that one was hers.
That's hers.
Yeah, because she got a blue Skittles one.
Okay. Then what happened?
And then she bought the Twisted Tea.
Twisted tea. How many?
Just one.
Just one. And a bottle or can?
Now, notice right here, Allie is about to fall asleep. I mean, if you look at her eyes, it's like she's about to literally fall asleep. She's disengaged.
It's a can. If I can get a picture real quick, I'll show you what it looks like.
All right. Go ahead.
It's a whole can, if I'm correct.
You doing okay, bro?
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I just know that
Yawning again.
they have to have done something because she did not walk off that property. That's all I know. Twisted.
Yawning again.
I just yawned so much for no reason. That's what it was like.
Oh, okay. So let me show this. Oops. Man, oh man, I'm not the smartest tool. There we go. Right there, Twisted Tea in a yellow container. Okay. Okay, cool. You get the twist. She buys
Just one.
one. I don't want to mess up your phone, bro. I'm an Apple guy.
Yeah, I am too. It's just I gotta use that till I get enough money to buy me one.
Got it. Okay, so then what happens?
Then after that, we go to the horse stable part.
So you drive to the horse stable.
Straight to the horse stable.
Right from there, you go right to the horse. Where's Grandma at this point?
Grandma, she just in the car on the phone.
Okay,
I think
that's your picture. You got the discount store, and you head right to the water park. Okay, walk me through what Summer's doing at that moment.
Well, at that moment, she was holding my hand like this.
Okay, now this is different from what Candace said because he says that Summer is holding his hand.
Like with her arms wrapped around because she gets cold when the window's down, and so it was down. And we were just watching TikTok.
So she's snuggling with you.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, and you're watching TikTok videos. Which ones did you watch?
I don't even know. I just scrolled through the thing.
Okay. Was she laughing?
Yeah.
Was she seemed normal?
Yeah.
Okay. Now that call that Candace got from Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that call again.
The call. So where her phone is in the middle of the truck. You know the console part.
Okay.
It was right there, and he called.
And he's yawning again. Every time he talks about this call, he's yawning.
And she said everybody be quiet, so we all was quiet. Her mom was going through her phone. I turned my phone off till she was done. see if I could listen in on anything suspicious or anything. And then after she got off, I go, "What do you call about?"
Okay. Now, right here, Summer's not missing yet. Nothing has happened. So, why is he even listening for a suspicious conversation?
She goes, "There's been this dude. I know it starts with an A for sure. I just can't figure out the rest of it."
Okay, hang on real fast. Is the battery dying in the camera? Okay, there.
You're the second one,
Yeah, there's another one in the back.
go back to
You're back.
continue, yep.
She's back. Yeah, but we'll cut all this out. So some of it will just splice together. Okay, so you're at now. Summer is you're watching TikTok videos. She's acting normal. Is she in her bathing suit at this point? Because she'd been changed at the house.
Yeah,
Or,
she is.
if you remember.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No, you know. it's
Okay.
good.
I think I would have probably left that there and see what he said.
Then what happens? From there, you guys go where?
From the drugstore,
Yeah.
He's yawning again.
we got to that place by the stables.
Okay. And you say that place, is that the swimming hole?
I don't even know if it's allowed to be called a swimming hole. That's why I call it that place.
Got it. Straight up. Now, is this Warrior Park?
No, it's not in Warriors Park. It's at the stables, the horse stables.
Yes, sir.
Warriors Horse Stables or whatever they're called.
Okay, got it. And is this where you guys got out and went swimming?
Yeah, at that little hole.
At some,
Now, notice, Allie is buried into that phone. A lot of people says, well, she's more interested in what was going on her phone. I think two things could have been happening here. Leslie left earlier. Was she messaging Allie? Was she still interjecting herself into this interview? Could have been. I think Allie is kind of using that phone as a shield.
some point, where she give you something?
Yeah, that Twisted Tea.
And when did she give you that?
As soon as we got out the car.
Right, as soon as you got down there? And did she have one?
No.
Did she?
She did not have a Twisted Tea. And earlier, Hunter told Chris Madonna that there was only one. It wasn't like she went in there and got a case. She just got one, and he had that one. So Candace was not drinking while Summer was swimming.
Did she have any alcohol?
No, because she had to drive.
Okay, so she gives you the alcohol.
Yeah.
Did you ask for it?
Not until after she got it.
Okay.
I mean,
So-
I'm gonna lie.
No, okay, so after she bought it, you said, hey, can I have that?
Yeah, she just said yeah.
And she just kicked it onto you, gave it to you.
She does that. You can ask her.
Okay, well, I'll ask you, because you're the one,
Now, Candace said she got that Twisted Tea for her mother. Hunter says that he asked for it after she had got it. Now, if I had got that for someone else, it would have been up to that other person whether he could have had it. Not alcohol. I'm kind of thinking like a pop or something. I wouldn't give no 15-year-old alcohol. But my question is, did he even ask for it? Was it for her mom? Was it for him? Because Candace says she wasn't drinking that day because she was having to drive. And so does Hunter. So I think that's true. I don't think she was drinking.
if she handed it to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what about the
Babe?
yeah, the vape?
Oh, we was both in it.
Okay. And is that, do you do that a lot?
What, babe?
Yeah.
Now, also, when he was talking about the Twisted Tea, he said, you can ask her. And he points at his mom. To me, that indicates that his mom has been around when alcohol has been given to him before. If not, then why are you asking her?
I mean, when I have them, yeah. They're just like nicotine babes.
Okay. Don't vape, man. Okay. All right. Your uncle here said don't vape. Don't vape. No more vaping. Okay. Mom, no vaping over here.
Yeah, no waiting.
Straight.
She didn't like that. I don't think she liked him trying to tell her how to mother her kids one bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so from there, what happened? Or at that moment, what happens? Do you go in the water first, or who goes in the water?
Summer was in the water because I was drinking the tea at the time.
Got it. Where were you at?
I was just standing around. Me and her mom was watching
What are you talking about?
TikTok. Like, she was on TikTok looking at funny videos.
Okay.
And then,
And I also want to note, he says he doesn't do TikToks, but there is a lot of time in this day spent looking at TikToks.
and she was looking through Facebook. We just have like our normal conversation.
And like what?
Like, we just talk about what we've done the past week, how long we haven't seen each other for. This is what we just mainly do. Just hang out.
Does she like you?
No,
Not in that way?
she has a husband.
Okay, but
Now, this has always kind of bothered me. Does she like you? No, not in that way. Why did he instantly go from just liking him as a person to maybe liking him intimately? I know that on Facebook that already started rumors and stuff, but you would think he'd say, "Yeah, she liked me as a person, or we were friends." But he instantly goes to thinking she liked him. That Chris is asking if she liked him in more than a friend way.
but in that way, does she like you?
No.
Did you get that vibe at all?
No, she just treated me like her adopted son.
And he yawns again.
I don't
Okay.
say that.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. And from there, where's Grandma at this point?
She was still in the car because she had a call to get her phone turned on.
Okay, whose phone is she using?
She's using her phone.
Okay, but it's turned off.
No, her phone's not turned off. I was saying, like, it's not turned all the way off. Like, there's like no minutes to it.
Got it. So she's got one of the like burner phones,
No,
load
she has a
minutes to it.
straight talk. She has a straight talk phone. She had a
Straight Talk is a paid phone that you can buy at Walmart. Sometimes if you haven't let your minutes run out for a long time, you can reactivate by, I think it's like dialing 611, something like that. It's been a long time since I've used Straight Talk, but you can add minutes like that. And I also want to say that Straight Talk is not a government phone. Now, Grandma here in a minute starts saying she gets a free phone. That is a government phone. Straight Talk is not a government phone. It is a phone that a lot of people get if they do not have the credit to get a phone plan. And some people get it because they don't want to be locked into a contract. That is Straight Talk. It is completely different than a government phone because, well, you can buy it at Walmart and you buy the minutes at Walmart. It's a prepaid phone.
Got
all straight talk to put money in it.
it. Got it.
So she got minutes for the rest
A
of
lot of senior citizens use those.
Yeah.
Do you think I need one?
What, straight talk phone?
Don't answer that, Hunter.
Our grandma does though.
Oh,
Free phone.
there you go.
She says Grandma has a free phone. So Grandma is the only one in this equation that's got a free phone going on.
There you go.
I mean, it's still government phone.
There you go. Okay, straight up. So she's in the car. You're with Candace. Summer's in the water. Walk me through that. What do you see happening?
See it happening? I just see her swimming like usual.
How far out is she?
Okay, so you got that TikTok on your phone, son? Because I want to show him precisely
Okay.
the exact how far she got.
And who took this TikTok?
Her mother.
Candace.
I mean, you might see me throw up against him, but
Did you take a TikTok?
I'll do TikToks.
Okay. Did you do pictures? You do Instagram, Twitter?
I mean, I do pictures with my girl, but that's it.
Right. Did you do a picture with her?
Now, I also want to state that in this TikTok, everything that Candace said happened, you can almost see in that TikTok. You see that he wasn't right there with them when she was out there swimming. He comes out of like the woods part where the trail is. he does flash some kind of poor attempt for a gang sign, but everything Candace said happened. You can just about see in that TikTok.
Summer that day?
Nah, she was just taking a video.
Candace was.
Yeah.
Okay.
She took a whole video of all of us over there.
Okay. Who's all of us?
Me, her mom, and son.
Got it. So mom gets out of the car at some point?
Yeah, at some point. I don't even know what point that is.
Okay, that's cool.
She just gets out the car when she's done with the fountain, and then they tell me about that water park.
Okay. So at some point now, after that, swimming, you're going to go to a water park.
No, I was saying like for that Friday coming up.
Got it. Okay, so this is a plan ahead.
Yeah, it was a plan ahead, but I still had to ask my probation.
Now the water park becomes a plan ahead.
That's why we was gonna do that Friday.
Okay. So you would need permission to go.
Yeah, because it's in Jonesboro. It's
Got it.
out of the city.
Got it.
And technically, I'm not
And he's yawning again.
allowed to leave the city
Okay.
without her permission.
Without your mom's?
Yeah.
Or your PO's?
Hers mainly.
Huh?
The PO will sign it as long as she says okay. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying for them to go, cross the lines for graduation.
Got it.
But that was way before all that.
That's cool. So that's another story. Let's just focus on what's going on with Summer.
Tennessee in Hawkins County, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation says a family member reported her missing to the sheriff's office.
Oh, that's cool. That's fine. I've seen that. That's the video where she's in the water
Yeah,
and you're kind of on the beach there or on the shoreline there.
You see,
Okay.
there's a little like tree there or a log.
Yeah.
She went like as far as that, but not no farther.
Okay.
I just seen that she was underwater for like 15 seconds. So I was like, "Are you okay?" And I pulled up. She said, "Yeah, I'm just swimming underwater."
Okay, so you see a point where Summer is underwater.
Bro,
We all seen the point where Summer went underwater. She ducks her head under and pulls it right back up. Nobody's saving her in that TikTok. The water when I was there that day was about maybe somewhere between ankle and calf deep. You could see the bottom on a real good ways out, especially to where she was swimming that day.
like
And I will note, I did not see no rock.
10 to 15 seconds.
Okay, walk me through that.
And so I go in calm as heck because I know she might just be messing around.
Did you think she was injured?
No,
Could she have been?
she could have been.
Help me understand that.
She could have been when she got back into the car, like how the water gets through your lungs and everything else.
Okay.
And how she was in the hot car while they went to the stores and everything.
Okay, so let's go from the moment you see her, and what did you do?
I just threw my shirt down and just threw myself into that water to see if she's okay.
Okay, so you got scared.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, walk me through those emotions.
I was just like, I don't really get scared or nothing, to be honest. I just get a little bit like spooked.
Got it.
Spooked, like how do I put that? Like spooked. Like I get a little bit like shook for a second.
Right.
That's it.
She got nervous.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
And did you call her?
Yeah, I was like Summer, but I don't know if you can hear underwater like that.
So can you see her underwater?
No, yeah, you can see her. I can see her. It's just that I was wanting to make sure that she was okay.
Got it, straight up. And what happened?
I just pull her up, bring her over my shoulders. I say, "Are you okay?" She goes, "Yeah."
Did she spit up water or
She
anything?
did spill water.
Was she laughing?
She was just laughing.
Now, if that happened at the same time that TikTok was being made, none of that happened. Because when he goes into the water, he isn't going in rescuing nobody in the TikTok. Could it have happened after the TikTok ended? Sure. But at the TikTok, when he goes in, I mean, he's just splashing water towards Summer.
Okay.
I was just saying because after the effect of that, because it was a short period of time
Right.
before they dropped me off that she said that she was missing.
Got it, straight up. So in that moment where she's in the water, how much time do you think, just a guesstimate, between the moment you saw her underwater and the moment you got her up out of the water?
At least like 4 seconds.
Okay, 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So what was Candace doing when Summer was under the water?
Talking to her mom,
And what was the grandma doing?
talking back, looking for flowers.
What do you mean?
She always picks flowers everywhere she goes, or rocks.
So are they looking for flowers?
Not
I have to say, this was a day for flowers. I know they did look at flowers even in the TikTok, but they're planting flowers when Summer goes missing. Jody Sue goes down the driveway, decides she's going to mess with some flowers. This was just a day to be fooling with flowers.
She was talking about there were flowers one day that she wanted, that they were there. I guess they go there every time now. I don't know.
Okay.
The flowers. She said that they were very pretty flowers and that she wished she could pick some of them.
Now, that's another thing. We hear the word pretty flowers again in Candace's interview. When Grandma's talking about planting the flowers, she says she knows Summer would help. So she goes out there and asks her if she wants to help plant flowers. And Summer jumps up and says, pretty flowers.
I guess that was what they was talking about before I went to that guy.
Okay. But then you noticed Summer.
Yeah.
Were you concentrating on Summer
Yeah.
while drinking the tea?
I was staying focused on her mainly.
So you're kind of like the lifeguard.
Yeah.
Am I wrong, or I mean, correct that?
You're correct. You're correct.
Okay,
I pay attention. I might not see. I can be staring that way, but still see.
got it.
Grandma seems upset right here.
I do the same thing. Okay.
I just keep an eye on I observe things more often than people do.
You're street smart.
Yeah.
You're wise, because you never know, right?
That's why I've noticed that before you even told me.
I know somebody could walk up on you and book.
Maybe she has a bad case of RBF, but I don't know. She looks mad to me. She looks very upset.
Boom. Next thing you know it, right? Right. So you're watching her. She's underwater or goes underwater. Did you see her go underwater?
No, I didn't see her on the water because she was showing me a TikTok that she done with the dogs and the dirt bikes.
Got it. Candace was.
Yeah.
So your focus was on the TikTok.
That can get there, but then when I turned my eye that way, I just seen that. I don't know how long she could have been under there for, but I just seen her under the water and I didn't see her come back up, so
Okay.
kind of shook me. So I was gonna go see if she was okay.
So you went in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to get this on up just a little bit because my whole reason for listening to this again is because of Chronicle of Olivia's TikTok that she put out.
Summer got the same blueberry.
So they bought a slushie at Sonic.
The one down, not by your Walmart, but the other one.
Okay, so he's still going through the timeline.
Okay. So now there's
everything in the bed of the truck. You know, like the back of the truck.
Mhm.
I call it.
Let's see.
I'm just giving you, a heads up on that, okay? Just so you know. Okay. Now, straight up, no. From there now, you're here.
Mm-hmm.
When's the next time Candace
Okay.
contacts you?
Around 7:30 that day.
That night.
Okay, so right here, he says that Candace contacted him around 7:30 that day.
And where were you at that time?
I was over at the park in Bristol.
Now, remember also that in the TikTok that Chronicle of Olivia put out, it said 1 a.m. that night.
My girl.
Hanging out with your girlfriend.
And notice how Grandma is staring at Allie. A lot of people, I'll be honest with you, I think she was aggravated with her because it seems like she's having a hard time keeping her eyes open.
Okay, and what happens? Tell me about that.
So she called me saying that someone's missing.
Okay,
I thought she's pulling a leg because she's known to do that.
okay. Why would she mess around with her daughter missing? Or what struck you about that?
I mean, it's just, we explain how she does when she gets drunk. She tends to, when she gets drunk and high at the same time.
Yeah.
She tends to think that she loses the kids, but they're out front in the yard. That's what I was thinking.
Got it. So this is,
So he kind of makes it seem like Candace does this a lot as she gets drunk, that she thinks she loses the kids and they can be in the yard outside.
something that's happened in the past.
No, well, she hasn't went missing. It's just that she got high and drunk and forgot that someone was outside.
Got it. Straight up. What did she tell you?
She was like, Summer's missing. So I was just like, okay, well, why don't you just go look outside? She says, I have been. She ain't there. I said, well, call Allie then, because I don't know if she's still pulling a leg. Because if I tell her to call Allie, she'll call me back. And then I'll call mom, be like, did she tell you this? Or was she just messing around?
Got it. So you call your mom
Yeah, I call her on Facebook after she picks up.
and gave her a heads up that
Candace was gonna call.
Candace gonna call her and tell her that.
She looks at Allie again. She even goes as the grandma even goes as far as to peck her on the arm.
Summer's missing, straight up. So at that point, does she call you again? Just that night?
Nah, she called me the next day saying that she's sitting in the police station.
She's sitting in the police station? And what does she say about that?
She says they want to do another polygraph test on me.
Another polygraph test?
Yeah.
How many polygraph tests did they do? That you know
I just know two.
of? 2? And how did she do on those polygraphs? Did she tell you?
She did not tell me. She just said she had to do that, and I just ignored her the rest of the time.
Okay,
Because they told me not to even get contact of her.
got it. The police told you don't contact her.
No, the TBI told me.
TBI, don't contact her.
Well, it's some funny crap how they tell me. I'm not dissing them or nothing. I'm just saying how they tell me that I'm going to get my phone that Monday afternoon, and it's been almost 2 months straight now.
Okay. Now, notice, he's kind of upset. He ain't got his phone back yet. Earlier, he mentioned going to have to get enough money to get another phone, but he's mentioned the phone again. Candace and Don both got their phones back. So why are they holding his phone? Why is his the only one that 2 months later they have not gave back?
Okay,
It's been a month.
okay.
It's,
Well, they're just trying to line up your story.
I understand that.
And that's important, right? I mean, you know that.
Yeah, it's just that
For Summer.
I gave them all the proof that would line up.
I totally agree, okay? But at the same time, the investigation's fluid,
Yeah.
okay? So I know where your heart is for Summer. And so as a result of that, they're gonna hold on to that phone and they're gonna connect all those dots. And that's the right thing to do, right? Would you agree with that? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that said now, she contacts you again, says she's at the police station, has to take another polygraph.
And then she shows up the next day.
The next day,
She shows up that next day, he says. Now in Chronicle of Olivia's TikTok, she says it's a couple days later that she shows up and talks to Hunter, and Hunter won't tell Allie what they talked about. Remember that.
she shows up where?
Here, does you not?
Well, so you were interviewed by TV on Wednesday. She came here Thursday,
So 2 days after or a day after?
2 days after.
And then what happened
Okay, so she's right on the 2 days.
when she got here?
She got here. She was like, tell me how she.
Well, what's he doing? He's talking about what they talked about right here. For somebody that wouldn't tell his mom, according to Chronicles of Olivia, wouldn't even talk about what they talked about. He's telling Chris. He's talking about it right here.
She talked to them and was like, don't mention about that alcohol, but I don't mention it.
Did she say what she told him?
No. But she started asking me. I just said, I just told them what happened on the timeline.
And what did she say?
She said, okay, that better be it. I said, you didn't even scare me.
Well, why would she try to scare you?
That's what I'm saying. Why was she trying to even ask questions about it?
What's your gut feeling?
My gut feeling is that she had something to do with it. But then when all of this happened, she just wanted the money in the end because I'm not going to say no.
Wanted the money. What money? I would have had to ask what money at this point. What money was he talking about? What money was she wanting?
But one of Red's friends, my girlfriend's mother's friends, was on Beach Creek just riding around, and she seen as soon as someone posted a $25,000 reward, she seen her car, Candace's car, zooming down the road to the Hawkins County Police Station.
About so what? What does that mean?
I mean, she supposedly the next day they gave her. It was on Facebook that it was a tip.
Got it.
I was gonna say, if that
Okay, the tip he's talking about, I'm thinking, correct me if I'm wrong, is about the red truck. Regardless, I'm still wondering what money he was talking about. I know he said he was talking about the reward fund and all that, but let's be real. Do you think they're going to give a reward fund to a mother whose child went missing, and then all of a sudden a reward fund comes out and she runs to the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office to just give a tip? I'm not buying it.
If that was my daughter, I would have everything to do with it. I wouldn't be sitting at the house trying to get money, trying to just collect dust. I wouldn't be sitting there doing anything in my power.
What do you think happened this summer?
To be honest with you, her grandma was out of her
Andy yawns again.
mind. Like, you guys, them. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying they have to be your camera.
Understand?
But I'm saying you can ask them that her mother's usually grumpy, controlling, like a regular grandma, like her. I'm not trying to be mean. But you know how grandmas can be, like grumpy, controlling, trying to run everything.
What do you think should?
Do you think maybe that Hunter is describing his own grandma here?
It happened to the person that did this to someone.
Person that did this,
Yeah.
they should be locked up for a very long time.
Why do you say that?
Because I was like, that's like my little sister. And I say that because she's just not the type of girl to go from the swing that's up there.
Is there anything that I haven't asked you that you think is important that you would want to tell, to get your side of the story out here?
I mean, I would say this, but I don't care if the camera's on or not.
No,
I mean,
camera's on.
I don't really care. To be honest with the camera. But, so that day she came, right? The second time?
Mhm.
After all that, it's right there. It's right there.
It's all over with.
Shane,
I was saying that the second. What is it? But just literally cut your phone off all the way. Cut your phone off all the way so we have no interruptions. Anyways, beyond that, the second day she came,
This is neither here nor there, but if I pay for my phone, my 15-year-old ain't telling me what to do with it.
she went to the car, either to grab something or something, but I grabbed her phone because I wanted to see if she had anything to hide. Like you said, I'm street smart. I'm very.
So he grabbed her phone. See if she had anything to hide. So had she already got the phone back? Would you all please let me know what the boom red means in chat? I'll get rid of it if it's like spam and stuff. But
Observant.
yes, you are.
Like, I would notice anything, like, you wouldn't even have to tell me, I still notice the mic on you.
Right. No, I respect that.
It's just how I am. It's just, if you don't leave something on the table, and I know that you probably got something to hide because the way you're acting,
Yep.
and the way you call me, of course I'm looking through your phone.
Sure.
So she goes through her car, goes on the other side. I act like I'm grabbing my phone because they're just about the same.
Right. So you play it like,
So I put mine where hers was.
got it.
And so I grabbed her phone. And see, I'm good with tech. I know where everything you can hide is. And so I went through her Google Photos, if that's what you want to call it.
Okay.
The gallery part.
Okay.
And so where you can delete things, they don't just delete, they go to your trash. I don't know if people know that or not, but they go to your trash.
Okay.
I know that because I mess around with check every day.
Right. You need to go into IT, bro. Right there. Go ahead.
And so when I looked in there, I seen 13 messages between her and her drug, I'm gonna say drug dealer because he is Andy. I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to name his name, but yeah, all I seen was the first message before she started walking up to the mailbox to get up here is that it was done, and I was gonna read the next message of what she said. And she just started running up here, and I literally just slid my phone in my pocket and just put hers there. It's like she asked me if I went through her phone. I said no. Why? Because I cleared it all out before she can get up here.
Did you tell TBI all this?
Yeah, I told her.
Okay. And they told you to keep it quiet on this
Yeah.
piece?
They didn't tell me to really keep anything quiet.
Okay.
It's just that.
Okay, so he said he told TBI all of that. He was talking about it's the message it's done was in her phone, in her Google Photos. The only way a message would have been in her Google Photos like that is if she took a screenshot. And if I was planning something nefarious like that, I don't think I'd be taking a screenshot on my phone to incriminate myself.
I'm not allowed to go on like lives without her, like international television.
Right. Okay. Yeah, don't lie. Don't lie.
It's not
No,
my permission.
Yeah, no, straight up. You don't want that, Hunter, right? Because
Sure.
then everybody's gonna put, they're gonna put a lot on you. You know what I mean? You don't want that. So what was your gut feeling when you read that it's done?
My gut feeling was that either they had something to do with it.
Who's they?
So his gut feeling was that Candace and them had something to do with it.
Up and asked to see if he's
Why would they want to hurt someone?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I mean, I really don't because Summer doesn't really do nothing but just like mess around like I do. I like to mess around with people.
Okay. Any other things you can think of?
Oh, really?
Have I treated with respect?
Yeah.
All right. I'm not an old man.
About where we're at in the case, as far as investigation. I know people speculate, and I understand that. But they have to understand our number one goal from day one is to find Summer. And everybody's still a suspect.
Now, this is Ronnie Lawson, the sheriff of Hawkins County.
Person of interest, however you want to put it. And we're still very intensely looking into it.
So everyone is still a suspect. All right, now let's listen to this one more time.
I think we're unique because now, as you can see, we are in a studio atmosphere. We're not in a remote atmosphere anymore. But then how do we kind of continue to use StreamYard is pretty much every show we have has a remote guest in.
Sorry about that. Okay, now again, this is the TikTok that Chronicles of Olivia put out. And yes, I've heard she would be good at doing documentaries and stuff like that. But when it comes to documentaries or true crime, you're only as good as the facts that you put out. And in my personal opinion, this 1 minute TikTok has way too many way too much false information in it. Now let's listen to it again, since we've already listened to the interview with Hunter. Let's watch this TikTok one more time. And I'm gonna have to go back into it. I don't know why my computer's doing that.
A 5-year-old Summer Wells went missing. She and her mom and a 15-year-old boy were swimming here. While Summer was swimming, her mom was drinking with the
That's one lie or false information.
15-year-old boy. Summer's mother, Candace, has other children. While the three were hanging out back at the Wells house, the children were cleaning because CPS was coming the next day.
And again, if you have any clips or interviews of where Candace has said they were cleaning or someone credible, send it to me. My email is in the chat. And it's also scrolling across the bottom of the screen.
I talked to the mother of the 15-year-old boy.
She got her information, she says, from the mother of the 15-year-old boy, who would be Allie.
And she said that at 2:30 p.m. that day, Candace dropped him off. The mom of the boy went out of the house to give Summer a hug because she would always do that. But this day was different. Summer was sleeping and the windows of the car were closed even though it was a hot
Hunter says that she was awake.
day. And when the mother of the boy wanted to say goodbye to Summer, Candace said no, and she sped off in the car. Later that day at 1 a.m, Candace called.
At 1 a.m, she says, later in the day at 1 a.m, Candace calls Hunter, says that Summer is gone. We just watched the interview with Chris Madonna, and it was 7:30 that night. It was not 1 a.m. when she called
The mother of the boy and said that Summer was gone. When the mother asked her son what had happened that day with Candace and Summer, he didn't want to talk about it. He sat on the couch with his head in his hands and he was rocking back and forth, shaking.
And nowhere on the internet or on the YouTubes have I ever heard that story. So if they interviewed Allie and if she said that, I would challenge them to put it out because I would like to see that information. Because if she said that right down to the 1 a.m. is when Candace called, then it totally contradicts what she said in that interview and what Hunter said.
A few days later, Candace and her mother showed up at his house and had a word with him outside, but he won't tell his mom what it was that they had told him. Ever since that day, he has never been the same and refuses to talk about it.
Refuses to talk about it. We just saw him talk about it on Chris Madonna's channel. Now, when she interviewed, when she so-called interviewed Allie, it would have had to either been the time they went down there in December or in January. So yes, he has talked about it. He talked about it on Chris Madonna's channel. So this would be another lie because Chris Madonna's interview was in July and Chronicles of Olivia was in Kingsport in December and in January. So I'm going to let you listen to it one more time without interrupting it. See how much false information you can find in this one minute TikTok. Now, and ask yourself, would you want these people looking for your kid? I wouldn't. Not if they can't make a TikTok without throwing in false information.
5-year-old Summer Wells went missing. She and her mom and a 15-year-old boy were swimming here. While Summer was swimming, her mom was drinking with the 15-year-old boy. Summer's mother, Candace, has other children. While the three were hanging out back at the Wells house, the children were cleaning because CPS was coming the next day. I talked to the mother of the 15-year-old boy, and she said that at 2:30 p.m. that day, Candace dropped him off. The mom of the boy went out of the house to give Summer a hug because she would always do that. But this day was different. Summer was sleeping, and the windows of the car were closed even though it was a hot day. And when the mother of the boy wanted to say goodbye to Summer, Candace said no, and she sped off in the car. Later that day at 1 in the morning, Candace called the mother of the boy and said that Summer was gone. When the mother asked her son what had happened that day with Candace and Summer, he didn't want to talk about it. He sat on the couch with his head in his hands, and he was rocking back and forth, shaking. A few days later, Candace and her mother showed up at his house and had a word with him outside, but he won't tell his mom what it was that they had told him. Ever since that day, he has never been the same and refuses to talk about it.
There you have it, folks. Like I said, I think that 1 minute TikTok has way too much false information in it. And they wonder, well, we was just trying to help. No, that's not helping. Facts is what helps. Just remember, and don't take my word on it. Go do your own research. See what you think. And I'm definitely open-minded, but in my personal opinion, nothing about that TikTok was correct. And yeah, she may be a pretty good, she may do pretty good doing edits on videos and stuff. But if you're going to make a documentary, it's only as good as the facts. Now, before I go, folks, I'm going to say, remember, always check your own facts or check the facts that you hear, because some of it may not be factual at all. And it takes zero effort to be a good human being. Now, I put this together and I'm going to play it as I leave. If you're just getting here, please hit the replay, and thank you everyone for watching. Remember to hit that button, like, subscribe, share, and until next time, you all. Okay. Okay. Just a second. I put this little video together about Summer, and I was wanting to play it on here, so. Oh. Okay, folks. Again, remember, it takes zero effort to be a good human being.